Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tuloya. Things are beginning to get very interesting before the Madlanga Commission. And let's go back briefly, very briefly, to the disclosures of July 6th by General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi about the seizure of the dockets, the 121 dockets that were seized from the Political Killings Task Team at the instruction of the Minister of Police, MCHUNU. The instruction went to General Shadrack Sibia, and General Shadrack Sibia then executed that instruction, and the 121 dockets were seized. At the Madlanga Commission, things are getting very interesting now because General MASEMOLA, who is now tendering his evidence, had to field the questions from the commissioners about this very issue, right? Because this is an operational issue. Anything to do with dockets, let alone their seizure, is an operational issue. And the Minister of Police has got nothing to do with operational matters. All his remit or his territory extends only as far as policy goes. I would like you to listen to this clip now and hear how General MASEMOLA addressed this issue.
Thanks, Commissioner. My understanding is that the Minister is responsible to issue a national policing policy. In other words, that is the direction in terms of what are the priorities that we need to do as the police. For example, there could be priorities about, let's say, gangsterism or cash in transit that is troubling the country. That is a strategic direction that we need to deal with that. But the how part of it, how many resources are going to use, of course, I will inform the minister as to what resources are going to use. But the how part of it, it is, according to me, is an operational matter where I will decide how many resources in terms of personnel, vehicles, and how are we going to do this job. I don't expect the minister to say, get involved into the how part of it in terms of executing the functions. But I expect that he can identify the priority. Yes, he can talk to in terms of what he thinks. There's no problem even if he can say how he thinks the how part, but not that he get involved in to say, do it in the following manner. So in this case, my issue is, for example, in this case of the Political Killings Task Team, it is a task team that is working at a lower level under a provincial commissioner. If ever he found anything wrong with the task team, he could say, that task team, I think you need to disband it, and we can engage in the terms of the why and how and so on. But to go further to say disband, but then after saying disband, then you go further to say now, not even tomorrow. I think that is totally encroachment into the mandate of the National Commissioner in terms of performance of my duty.
There you have it in his own words. National Police Commissioner MASEMOLA saying that, the issues that the minister has got competence to deal with are policy issues. If he strays, those are the words that he's using, if he strays into operational issues, right, that is not his territory. So that instruction that Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi made mention of in that explosive press conference of the 6th of July falls squarely within the sphere of operational matters. So here we are getting it from the Commissioner of Police, MASEMOLA, that for the minister, MCHUNU, the suspended minister, for him now to stray into his sphere of operation, sphere of authority, and to direct that the political killings task team be disbanded. Now, those are his words. Now. That was an encroachment and an infringement of his constitutional rights as the Commissioner of Police. Need we say more? It was a clear act that by the minister, and the minister by so acting strayed because it had got nothing to do with him. So the only question that will remain is, why would the minister then stray into the operational territory of the National Commission of Police to have the 121 dockets seized and to have the political killings task team disbanded? What interest was the minister protecting here? That is the question. This is the question that suspended Minister MCHUNU has to answer. And here we see General MASEMOLA throw him under the bus. Literally throwing him under the bus, and the bus has run over him. And this is the beginning of the end for suspended Minister MCHUNU. I don't see how he's going to survive this one. Having said that, let me thank you for watching this video. Let me thank you for all the other videos that you've been watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.